Okay, so welcome to the update video I have been meaning to put out for like who knows how fucking long at this point. It's been like a whole year, if not even longer, or maybe almost a year since I've uploaded. But anyways, though, I wanted to make this video to basically give you guys an update and explain why I went on a brief hiatus and where I'm going with my channel, and basically cover a few topics such as those, and basically just give one giant life update on top of everything and let you guys know what I'm doing. And yeah, like I said, potential goals with the channel and all that. So without further ado, let's get started. So yeah, I'm just going to dive right into the reason why I honestly stopped uploading first and foremost, just to cover everything. The last real video I uploaded, I was living in a house with about 3 other people. It used to be 4, but stuff happened and all that. But I moved twice since then, and I've also gotten my IT career started. I've transitioned into another IT job since then, but I guess the real just kicking the fucking nuts when it came to just editing and making content and continuing the growth of my channel was really just the presence of my career. Around that time, I was coming off of my cycle of just wanting to continuously work on self-improvement, and then basically just dedicate everything to making money and constantly bettering myself. I started to basically come from a state of depression, or at least come out of a state of depression, because when I was self-employed for a whole year living off of crypto, it really wasn't good for me. I don't regret anything I did, but I basically was just hella depressed during that time frame, right? And I was a little bit addicted to money, and I went to therapy a little bit after that. And I basically started to put way less of an emphasis on just success and self-improvement and all that stuff. And I basically started living life a little bit more, started going out a lot, started regenerating my social skills a little bit. Not that they really deteriorated at all. It's just that I haven't really put myself in constant environments again. So once I was done with crypto and everything, I basically just sold all of my holdings and then went ahead and started going out a lot more, friends, started being way more social. I wanted to also get a new job where I wasn't just working from home, constantly eyeing charts and just data and Telegram group chats and all of this shit. And I basically, just started going back to my normal ways. I would have a 9 to 5. And then once I did that, I eventually got a certification and got my IT career started. If you guys are curious, the certification was my Security Plus. And then, once I got my IT career started and started living life a little bit more, trying to squeeze YouTube into the mix was a little bit difficult for me. I could have stuck to making more simple content and all of that fun stuff, but ultimately, I don't know, I have such a very specific high editing standard when it comes to me that I can't help but just put 12 hours of effort into a video and edit it to my standard. Even when I'm recording this video, I told myself, I could just slap a camera. I could not even record myself, or just record my screen and then bam, I'm just going to talk over it. But nah, part of me wants to put maximum effort, even if it's going to be a one last video type of deal, which I don't think this is, because I just don't know where I'm going to really go with YouTube after this. Because when I had my career presence and then trying to have a social life on top of it, trying to get back into music and trying to work on hobbies and basically just things other than content creation, I couldn't really find a fit for YouTube into the middle of the mix, because it took far too much time, and a lot of the time I wanted to spend that on other things. So that's basically, in short, why I quit YouTube, regardless of everything else that happened. It was really just the presence of my career. And I don't even want to use the word quit. I just went on a hiatus. I didn't really know what was going to happen. That's basically it. But yeah, no, I mean, on all honesty, the last year, maybe even year and a half, was extremely wild and just crazy for me. Jesus Christ, if I go back to when I moved to my last apartment, around this time I started to get really back into the EDM community, because I never really spoke about it on this channel, but I'm a huge lover of EDM and just music in general. So I started going out to shows every week, started checking out the free events, supporting the local community, meeting fellow like-minded people, whatnot, meeting other DJs and producers, and it was a lot of fucking fun. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I still do that to this very day. When I started to go back out to all of these shows and everything, as I started to meet a lot of cool people, and some of these people wanted me to make promotional content for them. And that was once I met my friend Trey. Actually, that guy was like, oh hey, what can you do, man? Because we just sat down one day and he knew I made YouTube videos. He knew I was messing around with just basically any artistic endeavor I could. I used to draw, I play guitar, I edited content, I used Photoshop, whatever they needed basically. And he was like, hey, what can you do? And I was like, I mean, I can shoot and I can record and I can do media for you, right? And with that being said, he was like, all right, you want to record my next show? And I was like, sure. So then I did that for fun, right? And then once I started doing that, I was like, all right, this is actually kind of cool. I want to give it some real actual effort. But soon after that, I met like two really close friends of mine that were heavily into the music scene. And then one thing led to another, and I started connecting with a lot of people. And I started this Instagram page called Vector Media. And I was basically at that point getting gigged out for photos, videos, basically it. I also added compilation like reels where I would record like a 30 to 60 second highlight reel over somebody's show and then help like basically promote it with them. And it was a lot of fucking fun. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that. It was really cool. But honestly, similarly with YouTube, the only part of it that killed it for me was the video editing aspect. Some of those highlight reels and promotional content took a lot of just work. The photos were the easy part. Even if I left a show of like 800 photos to edit, only like 120 would be salvageable. And even then, just sitting through them and applying filters and editing them and copying and pasting the filters was like really, yeah, it's just a lot easier. But yeah, I did that. And in the middle of this mix, I started hanging out with the same two friends I mentioned earlier. And I was like, hey guys, mind if I just mess with your DJ board? And one of them was really, really kind. His name's Corbin, actually. I love that guy to death. But he was, or I guess I'll refer to him as Alias. It's Launch 6, actually. The guy's really cool. Yeah, with that being said, he was basically allowing me to borrow his DJ board at the time. And it was a beginner deck. And then one thing led to another of me doing media and then me meeting up with them and learning how to DJ. And now I started another Instagram page under the name of DJ FADO. And I was like, holy shit, I'm actually committing to this, because people started to notice when I was hanging out with them. And I didn't really have my Instagram page at the time when I started to really get confident in my DJ skills and go out and go to parties and then advertise them and do all that. Because one guy in particular actually pointed out saying, you're going to need a whole new page, because when I see Vector Media, I don't see you. I don't see what you're doing. I just see like, your work as like a media artist. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. So I made an announcement and I just put that on pause. And with that being said, I started DJ FADO. And if you're wondering where the name FADO come from, which is, on my monitor, I don't know if you guys can see it from the angle. I kind of just set this up. But yeah, I started FADO because one day I was like, well, if I'm going to take this like any like distance, I'm just, I need a name, So then I'm sitting up there messing with the faders on my DJ deck, and I was just like, oh shit. You know what? I'm FADO. I'm messing with the faders. That's why they call me FADO. And it was a goofy thing that kind of just stuck and had no meaning really at the time, but it turned into more for me meaning wise later on, because eventually I got into producing, making music now and playing shows like all the freaking time. When you meet the right person when it comes to music and all that, it's kind of insane. One thing just instantly leads to another and just snowballs into this giant like domino effect of holy shit, like this person wants to book me here. Oh, I just met this person. Oh, what the heck? Oh my God, I just made the song on top of it. Oh, people like this song. Oh, this guy's going to book me for the next like 2 weeks. And it's really, really cool cycle when it happens, because basically that's what I'm doing now. I'm just playing shows out. I'm having a fucking blast with it. I'm basically making music, and I discovered that passion because basically the same thing I wanted to do with YouTube in terms of sharing experiences and helping people. I guess I'm also providing an experience with music, and it just really rang true with my heart in terms of just really encapsulating a moment where it reminds people that life is really good and that it's worth living and that we're here, for a really fun time regardless of what hits us. And I just love music for that. And playing shows has just been exhilarating. I know this might have sounded a little bit disjointed, speaking about it, because I had like no real plan entering this. There was like no scripted anything, didn't have a list. I'm just like, I'm going to plop a camera and I'm just going to start talking about this update video I've been meaning to release, right? So yeah, I mean, essentially, upon getting my career started and then starting to run Vector Media and then starting to run DJ FADO and lower like Vector Media a little bit while I focus on music, because I still want to do photos and videos for other people, but I feel like it might conflict with music too much in the long term of where the two directions want it to go. I basically just been living life. I live in a house right now with my best friend and with my brother, and everything's going really well. I can't really complain. My job pays well right now. I'm working remotely, and I have one of my biggest passions I've discovered in just a long ass time that I'm actually dedicating myself to. And I feel like I just feel like I know myself the most I've ever known myself in my life, and that I've discovered myself really well. And that's basically where I'm at. And until I can get to a point where there is more free time in my life, like without the presence of a 9 to 5 job or anything like that, I feel like I can't really squeeze YouTube all too much into the mix. I mean, I can if I just really want to release a quick video, but I also just really, like I said earlier, hold myself to a specific editing standard. So I just need the 9 to 5 presence either lessened or gone. And then once I can get to that point, I can probably consider finding another spot for YouTube. But I don't want to necessarily say I'm done or I'm quitting or anything. It's more of a, hey, I just kind of can't right now. And part of me really wants to continue releasing videos. I don't really know where I'm going to go. I might release some cool cinematic videos of me mixing and showing off some songs I'm going to release. Maybe actually some less edited like tutorials too, or just generally talking about life like how I am doing now every now and then. Who the fuck knows? These are just ideas I'm spewing out. Basically, I don't want to say definitively, oh, I'm quitting, there's not going to be any more videos, because I don't know. I just want to find the time for it that actually makes me fulfilled in conjunction with everything else, because regardless, y'all's support has been fucking awesome, and I really appreciate everyone for it. It's literally like, I don't even know how else to describe it. It almost makes me just like want to tear up and cry just thinking of, like, even outside of YouTube, just actually seeing that like fan base like in person and all the supportive figures and people that have like helped me get to where I am, and then just like meeting more on top of that in person comparatively to like having an audience online too. It's just insane. Don't really know how else to describe it, but yeah, that's basically been everything that's going on in my life right now. Just a lot of music, basically getting used to the new house at the moment, continuing to live life and have fun, save some money, and basically grow my setups and try to have my dreams come true. Because right now my dream is to play in front of a crowd of 2,000 people with my own music, and that's going to be really fucking awesome when it comes true. See what I said there? When it comes true, I'm manifesting that shit. Big brain. Nah, but like, still, you know, that's, yeah, it's going to be sick. Probably at this point, I think I've edited clips over the video, but I will say, if you guys are interested in checking anything out, everything's going to be in the description. I'll have my SoundCloud, my Instagram pages, just, yeah, everything I mentioned in this video. So yeah, with that being said, I really freaking appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this, and I hope you guys appreciated the longly postponed update. Been meaning to get this shit out like at least 6 months ago, I swear to God. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys again for watching. Don't know when I'll be back, but I'm still active on here and on social media. So if any of you guys ever want to hit me up or have any questions, you know, always checking comments, always checking my Instagram messages and all of that, even with the amount of fucking bots I get on a daily basis. But still, thank you guys for watching. Hope everyone has a terrific day. And yeah, with that being said, I am out. Woo.